That means it's working.
It's in Sean's beard.
You know, I don't have a bottle opener.
I got you, bro.
Get one downstairs.
I got you, bro.
There you go.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the December 14th edition of Dudes Like Us.
14th edition?
14th
December
edition.
14th edition.
Need a reboot on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the December 14th edition.
You got to bring it up from the bowels of your...
Welcome.
Yeah, there you go. Just like that.
Okay.
Dudes Like Us.
Dudes Like Us.
Keep going.
Yes, we're back.
I'm Paul.
I'm Sean.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Chuck.
Rocking.
So we have a guest tonight. Welcome
Chuck.
back.
He's
Welcome back
returned.
to the show.
Howdy. Third time.
You guys wouldn't know that because we haven't published any of the ones that Chuck has been on yet because it's on this long list of shit to do.
Yes, we're behind.
I've been
We are.
shadow banned.
No.
But Jeff is doing a fantastic job
Our
getting
trying
us.
to
producer
catch
is
up.
pointing at
Getting us
something
caught up.
has to
Yeah.
do-
What happened? Yes.
I think Lady was doing something to him.
Oh, no, she's laying down there.
Dry humping.
So are you drinking the all schmeggy beer?
Yeah, well, my son has procured several cases of random beer through a Christmas party that he was hired to do. They made him put a Santa's hat on
And nothing else?
whatever, man.
What?
He's an adult.
What happens in these private
stocking.
parties stays in those private parties. You would hope, except for those, those
Lifestyles of the
STDs,
rich and famous.
sexually transmitted,
There's going to be some,
disgusting stuff.
there's gonna be some TikToks out there with Preston.
Anyways, I've got a freaking
Oh,
I got a
wonderful
refrigerator
stuff.
full
Wonderful.
of bachelor's beer.
Free beer.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get rid of it. And that and seltzers, it's just there's too much, man. And I went in there to put like regular food in, and I was like, God.
It really is packed. With,
I mean, I feel
with
like
random.
an ass. On one side, I was kind of like, oh, I got all this beer, and on the other side, I'm like, God.
I can't put my food in here.
I like beer. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I'm over beer.
You feel like a hoarder.
I just don't drink beer as much anymore. Like throughout the week, I don't sit there and have a beer.
But why
you
didn't
know.
he bring you home like 47 bottles of
It's not for me.
half drink bourbon?
Yeah, there you go.
He brought home a couple bottles of Crown Royal.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Black Crown Royal.
How is it?
I don't think I've ever tried it.
Maybe we need to add that to our repertoire.
We
It
do.
is,
Canadian whiskeys.
It's oaky.
Well, yeah, 'cause
It
it's
has a
got
nice
the,
taste to it.
got the extra charge.
Yeah, it has a real nice taste to it.
What was the rumor about Crown? Like there was a whistleblower from inside their distillery, and they put something in their. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No,
I didn't have this
No.
conversation with you guys.
wasn't me.
That
So
was
some
sort of tier one.
whistleblower.
You tier ones.
Yeah, some whistleblower was saying that they added something to their whiskey,
Formaldehyde.
and they didn't want that to get out.
Like flavorings
Yeah, well, I mean, or
color.
color. I think it's color,
Yeah.
like
They
a
were
food,
urinating
like
after.
a food coloring.
Oh,
Interesting, which is a huge no-no in the whiskey industry, right?
well, the Crown Royal whistleblower alleges gambling was squirting.
Squirting.
Wow.
Oh my God. Into,
Wow.
into the bottle of Crown.
Squirting.
It says skirting money laundering laws. I don't think that's it.
No, that's not
Or
it.
squirting.
It had something to do that put into question the quality of their whiskey. That's what I remember, but I could be totally wrong about that. And it doesn't look like the producer's looking up anything for it. So anyway, we'll just table that for now, and then maybe someday we'll come back to it.
No, hold
Jeez.
on. I'm diving in this right now. So, it was for the coloring, not the flavoring, right?
I thought so.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Because they do add flavorings to some of their crowns.
Oh yeah, of course.
Crown apple, crown salted caramel, crown peach.
Well, there's even whiskey now. I mean, like American whiskeys that have that same.
Well,
right?
no, I'm specifically talking
Jack
about Crown.
Apple.
That's your favorite now.
Jack Apple.
The Jack Apple Mule.
We tell you what, it's really good. Ginger beer and Jack Apple and lime. Really good
In a Moscow Mule
in a
cup.
Moscow Mule glass.
Did you buy those specifically to have
It just
those?
doesn't.
They
ring
were
with me.
gifted to us, I think,
Uh,
and they're really cool though.
was it copper?
They
They
are
were supposed to
copper.
be?
I think they're supposed to be copper. Oh, here we go. 10 things you have to know about Canadian whiskey, about Crown Royal.
So, what'd you find out about the whistleblower there, Sean?
I didn't find anything. I don't. I think Paul's.
I think
full
Paul's
of
smoking
poo-poo.
crack.
I
Yeah,
think they
might be.
buried it. They just buried
That's
buried it.
possible too. I mean, Crown Royal is a big company. What's the parent company of Crown Royal?
Crown.
it. Diageo?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, because Crown, there's several. Because it's Seagram's, I think, isn't it?
No, I don't think it'll be Seagram's. Is it?
Oh, Seagram's VO, Seagram's.
Could be. It
no.
could be Diageo.
I'm staring on the screen
Oh,
at a big
God.
reason not to drink Crown Royal. Hillary Clinton's a fan of it.
All right, that's enough for me. Well, you know what? What is Crown? I mean, as far as what
It's a
type?
Canadian
Is it-
whiskey. It's a blend.
It's a blend, so it's not a rye. It's not a. It's not a wheat.
Nope.
Are,
It's
they,
just a
are all
blended whiskey.
Canadian whiskeys blend?
I believe so.
I think so too.
I think that's what makes them a Canadian whiskey.
See, we're not quite, we're not well versed on Canadian whiskeys. That's
No.
maybe, I agree with you. I think that's something we probably are going to dive into at some point.
Are you going to teach a master class on Canadian whiskey now?
We're not, I don't think we're qualified to teach a master class in
No. Well,
anything.
Yeah, we're qualified to
Hillary
probably drink
Clinton's
it
not-
all.
Hillary's not qualified either, so
No, that's for sure.
Oh, here you go. The difference: U.S. distillers combine the grains before mashing them into a mixture called a mashed bill. Canadian distillers mash the grains individually and then combine them as separate whiskeys. So it's a blend. So they make a corn whiskey, a rye whiskey, and a barley whiskey, and,
And
then
then
they
mix it.
blend them.
Interesting.
The
know,
Well,
I
that's
don't-
good to know.
I'm not a huge fan of Crown. I mean, I like a Crown and Coke, a Crown and ginger ale. Crown and ginger ale is actually probably one of my favorites.
Right.
I
But not
used to
straight
drink-
up.
Pardon?
But not straight up. No Crown
No,
straight up.
I mean, I used to drink Crown straight up just because I didn't know any better. And
yeah, but why would you spend the extra money on Crown when you could go get Canadian Mist or something cheap? and
Well, I
put it-
mean,
put
this
it in
is like
Coke?
at a
Meaning
at a
if you're
local
gonna mix
pub
it.
or something.
Yeah.
Right.
if you're
you're
going to
gonna
mix it,
mix
yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. I was gonna say Cavassier and Coke. You know, there's a certain types of folk that like to,
Courvoisier.
yeah,
Isn't
you
that
know.
a brandy
It's cognac
or cognac?
yeah, whatever. My opinion, what I'm driving this to is that it's a mixer. You know, if I were to taste, if we
Right.
were to sample the Crown, and we would probably label it as a mixer. And if those folks don't know what a mixer is, it's what we would consider a subpar bourbon.
But I think a lot of people think of Crown as a high-end whiskey.
well,
Do they?
yeah, yeah,
And it's sort of priced that
it's a
way, isn't it?
staple.
Isn't it priced that way?
Well, it's no, I don't know if it's top shelf, but it's
It's not cheap.
It's like $25
Right.
bucks for a regular 750 milliliter bottle
Mm.
ish.
Yeah.
It's in the 30s, low 30s.
Yeah, I think it's.
Well, I
low
mean, I've
30s.
got Total Wine right here pulled up. It's $23.99 in Plano North, Preston Village.
Well, and you can easily find a lot of bourbons for the half gallon in that same price range. So it is
And-
definitely
and it's only
higher
80
price.
proof.
Evan Williams Bottle Bond,
There you go.
one of them,
Is one of them. Yes.
and it's 100 proof.
And I'm going to go back to your comment about subpar. I don't think we shouldn't call them subpar. Just 80 proof bourbons are not subpar. They're just, they lack that richness and the high octane or the high proof and all
more-
that kind of stuff.
They're more mellow.
And so they're meant to be mixed with some people drink it straight and they love it.
Yeah, well,
But I wouldn't call them subpar. That makes it sound like an inferior.
well, maybe I think I think maybe we've crossed that threshold. Maybe that's just us.
Maybe.
Well, personally, me, I don't.
Right.
I won't. Like, I won't go to the bar and order I'd like a Crown with a cube, please. I won't do that. It's not going to happen.
Speaking of whiskey, do we want to discuss the whiskey we're drinking?
Crown with a cube.
We're drinking a Oak and Eden with a spire in it, and
Oh,
it's a
yes.
toasted spire. Now, where people are like, okay, what is a toasted spire? So I wouldn't know. I mean, right off the bat, until we saw there was a
It's a corkscrew.
what is the other one? It's a
Torched.
torched. So we went shopping like we do every Friday, the Total Wine, and we bought because we already have an Oak and Eden wheat,
the wheat?
and we have an Oak and Eden bourbon, right?
No,
We don't. Well, we got
this
two
is
bottles.
all bourbon.
So we got a Oak and Eden toasted spire, and then we got Oak and Eden 4 grain
Torched spire.
torched spire. So the 4 grain I'm kind of interested in. I think it's going to be similar to that we had a 4 grain
Penelope.
whiskey, the Penelope. It was fantastic. I
It was
really
really
enjoyed
good.
That was good.
But that was a much higher proof.
They commented
Um,
on our Instagram, by the way.
Did they really?
Yes.
What'd they say?
They said Paul is a Foil.
That's right. I am the foil.
No, you're more like the toilet paper.
Well, thanks. Really, what was the comment?
I can't remember. I mean, it was just like cheers or something like that,
Oh.
or enjoy or something like that.
Or
Right.
up yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you.
You guys suck.
Yeah.
You guys aren't qualified to be on the air.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So the
So we gotta
Oak
be on the air.
the Oak and Eden, I believe, is made here in Grapevine.
is it really?
Yes.
What? It's a local?
Wow.
It's
I
a
did not know
local.
that.
I did not know that.
And what a cool mix. I mean, just think about it. You take a regular, you take a great bourbon. I'll say
Bridgeport.
a good to great bourbon, and you throw fucking spires in there.
Yeah, they don't distill their stuff. I think
Yeah.
they want to work up to distilling, but what they do is they source their bourbon, and then they
Which has
sells-
been
they
aged
treat
in a
it.
barrel. It's
It-
already been aged in a barrel. They just throw a spire in it to kind of add
It's a
a
huge
little
success.
additional flavor.
I mean,
Right.
that was what? That was $40, $39 for that.
Ish.
say
No,
it was distilled.
that was a lot more than that.
Oh, it's MGP distilled in.
I think
in
they were both
Indiana.
they were both $39, right around there. I believe so.
I remember paying.
And then they
60.
they age them differently once they get them, right?
Huh.
So they treat them differently.
Right.
Like this one has the toasted, whereas the one downstairs, I guess the spire is just black,
Yeah,
torched.
it's a different. Yeah, it's a different spire. Yeah.
So
I mean, it adds a little extra, right? Remember when we got those little tiny barrels
oh yeah,
and we did our own aging, right, for 6
oh
weeks?
yeah, we did it.
And I tell you what, it definitely added some color and taste to the one I did.
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
It was. I
It
did.
was a pain.
Well, I used Ancient Age,
Yeah.
and that stuff's gut rot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yours went from bad to worse.
It's like, all right,
No,
it's
it-
Russian roulette. Let's see what the worst freaking bourbon on the planet is, and it'd be Ancient Age.
Yeah, and it's
But you know what? Ancient Age is isn't that Buffalo still
It's
distillery?
Buffalo Trace,
Buffalo
yeah.
Trace Distillers.
yeah, and it marginally made it better.
And I did Henry McKenna, and it made it significantly better.
Yeah,
I mean, color and smoothness
made
of taste.
them
I was
all.
really surprised.
It really did. It made them all. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, is it worth it? And I think we compared it to making our own beer. You know, it's like we go through all this hassle of turning it and routine. I mean, if you enjoy doing it, great. I didn't enjoy doing it. The fruits of my labor weren't great because
speaking of fruit,
that wasn't me.
you added fruit to yours, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We did cover that, and it was.
You
I
added some cherries. In
I
there.
did.
Yeah.
I stuffed some cherries down in mine, and then I was very disappointed after waiting 3 weeks. And so,
Keister cherries.
so in my rage, I shoved like another 20 in there, and it
Like,
became
this did nothing.
it became cherry bourbon sludge.
Oh, God.
It was disgusting.
You could have
I
strained it
had that at Sonic
went
the
bad.
other day.
It
Yeah.
went bad. Yeah,
With some-
it went bad.
with some nerds.
Yeah, with nerds.
Have you
It
guys
was
had
so-
that Sonic
No.
with nerds? I think it's
No,
That's
very
gross.
tasty. It's
Yeah.
not.
I was disappointed.
Dude, I'll do a blizzard any day over something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Nerds on your.
I'm not a big hard candy fan though.
Oh, well, it's not hard when it comes in the slushy. It softens up. It's got a little crunch like
Yeah.
like
Oh,
Oh,
cereal.
hold on. So it's not like a sundae. It's a
It's a slushy
It's a slushy.
with.
candy in it.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a little different, I guess.
No, I've never had one.
You know what's gross? You
It's
ever
one
had
of
those
Austin's
drinks?
favorites, so you better be nice.
You ever had those drinks where they
suck.
put in the balls of stuff and they float around in there and then they
It's called
burst?
sperm.
Yeah, they burst
What?
in your mouth.
That's boba tea.
It's disgusting.
Oh, hold on. So
Oh.
there's like a lot of German candies that come in there, like they put some sort of rums and they inject them in these chocolate filled.
Yeah, but I think there's regular ones where they have like little cherry balls and
I think
strawberry
the boba
balls
tea
and
is
lemon balls.
is Asian,
and, it's,
isn't it?
and it's gross.
Boba tea is. There's
Yeah,
those
boba
little
tea's Asian. It's
tapioca
the
pellets in there.
balls.
That's gross.
God,
And they have like cherry flavor bursting out.
God, I went to one of those Asian marts with my daughter Madeline, and we bought some boba tea, and we're drinking it down. They had those oversized straws, and I stuck it in there, and it's like you suck it up. It's like all those little boba pellets go in your mouth, and I do
So
this one
gross.
little like stuck to the back of my throat. I'm
I can totally see that. I can totally see that. That's a total choking hazard.
I was about to die, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I get it out. It's like shoots out of my mouth, and it
shoots out.
sticks to the side of this box in the middle of the aisle.
Oh, gross. So gross.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Nice.
Bubble
You know, someone
tea.
found that
Yeah.
and went, God, what is that?
Sorry,
What color was it? Because they have all kinds of colors.
it was
too.
blueberry colored.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That's gross.
Did it taste good at least?
I enjoy the regular boba tea flavor. They have
I've never had.
they
any of
have
this.
morphed into like these flavors, and they have a variety. You know, that's like some tart flavors. It doesn't really matter what flavor it is. It's got that tart. It doesn't matter. They can call it watermelon peach. It's got very little influence. It's just got this basic core taste of sweet and sour, and they add like a hint of something. I don't know how they encapsulate it in those little gel things. So that's,
Needle,
Yeah, I don't know.
syringe.
no, I don't know.
Just someone filling every ball up.
Yeah, I don't think that's
In
the
the
way
back
it works.
room.
Right.
I don't know.
We
how
need
it
more
works,
balls.
but-
I need more licorice balls.
You know, your story reminds me of when I was in elementary school, and we were going to a national forest, and for some reason, my cousin that I didn't really know very well, but he's much older, and he's got a Mustang that's blue inside and out. Okay, and he's so proud of his Mustang, and blue carpet,
Did you
blue
call it the blueberry?
blue everything, right? So we're going up in the mountains, it's windy. I'm getting sick. I'm getting car sick. And yes, I threw up in his back seat.
Oh.
And guess what I had eaten that morning?
Spaghetti.
Blueberries.
Oh, nice.
I
It matched.
absolutely shit you not.
So it blended it.
What are the odds of I'm in a blue car and I eat a blue cereal and I throw up blue throw up in his
Was
car?
it the
Blueberries?
the
Boo-
blueberries?
blueberries.
Well, there was like Franken strawberry.
Yes.
There was
Frankenberry, Count
Choco-
Chocula.
Chocula.
Those things are so bad for you.
But they're so good.
I
Yeah.
know.
They come
Anyway,
out still every year.
For some reason, that made
Halloween.
me think of my blueberry throwing up and his. Can you imagine how horrified he was? He was a teenager, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll drive him up to the park and in his back seat."
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Gross.
Who hasn't thrown up in a car?
Yeah.
I have not.
You know, I have.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. I mean, I've gotten intoxicated. I didn't throw up because of the car.
No, I meant in the car. Like,
Uh,
Yeah, I have not.
You
I've
couldn't
not
help
done
it.
that yet.
It just happened.
no, I've never had.
That was
I've
the only
always
time
been
That
able-
just happened there.
Yeah, I was a kid, but that was the only time.
I've been very thankful. I've been able to dodge all those bullets.
I've had a friend hang out the window and puke down the side of my car because I was
Oh.
going down the street.
That's awesome.
And you know how the wind it just kind of blew
Oh,
it
man,
right
it-
back onto the car.
Oh, it's all over the
Great.
back window,
Yep.
and it's all on the side of the face of
I
the
had
person
him
that's
clean it the
spewing
next
it.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Because it dries into like puke cement.
Yeah,
So I told him, I was like, you need to go out and clean my car now.
it's a polymer.
It is. It's extremely.
They should sell that at
It
Home Depot.
adheres.
It's like
Puke.
gorilla glue.
Yeah, puke cement.
Puke cement. It was nasty. And
Yeah.
He cleaned
Been
it.
there,
Oh,
done
you
that.
use puke. Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice. That's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I-
Bonfire, 1990. I don't know, 2.
Puke cement.
Yes, puke cement out the side of my friend's car.
Oh,
It does. If you don't get it quick, it's you have to get it quick.
Man,
I bet.
I've got to be I'm very thankful. I have a very limited amount of times that I've actually thrown up due to being drunk. I don't know. It's because I'm a loser and my body can handle it. Maybe it's because I'm Irish, or maybe I just don't drink that much. I just
That's
get
not it.
drunk.
It's definitely not that one. Yeah, scratch that one off the list.
That was not it.
Yeah, I remember I
well-
was with a group of people and we were in an Uber and it was like a lot of us. So it was like a van or
Oh,
something.
God,
And somebody
tell
was
me.
not feeling well and the driver like whipped his head around. No, puke in my car. And he's like fired off the freeway. We're like, oh shit. And then he like pulls off on the feeder road, but not off like on a side road, on the feeder. And we're like, we don't feel safe. And he's like, yeah, he's not puking in my car. He's not puking in my car. And then he like,
He had an accent.
yeah, he did. And then
Like
he got
Jar
out
Jar
and
Binks or something.
he got out and was like not puking, but and it wasn't
Jar
alcohol.
Jar
It was heat stroke or heat exhaustion.
Oh, he didn't have AC on.
He went. You know that lava cantina?
Yeah.
It was during
Yeah.
the summer, and
Oh,
he
do
and
we
he
know this
passed
guy?
out.
Yeah,
and he passed out there,
Too much lava.
and we need to get him home. type of
We
thing.
actually think it was dehydration because it was hot and we
Yeah.
were dancing, and that's the only thing that they could lose.
Remember him? Now you remember
Yeah,
that
I
story?
remember
Remember that dude
exact-
freaking out? And we were getting
yeah.
mad at the driver. We were like, you're
Yeah.
not stopping here because we're not safe here. Right?
I actually,
You know, like
He's
turn-
been through this before.
Yeah, he's been through this before.
I
I'm sure they
actually
all have.
Remember, I did throw up. It was one time. It was when I was like, I want to say pre-junior high. You
Oh,
know how
you were
you go
drunk.
on one of those class trips? It's one of those things where your class goes away for a weekend and
Right.
they go to a nature camp.
Right.
And we went to a nature camp, and
Mine was Camp Kern.
Camp Kern. I don't even remember the camp that we went to, but
Camp Kern.
it was cool. I mean, all I can remember is we went fishing a lot. We did a kickball, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, don't drink out of the faucets.
It was
All right.
mixed with fecal matter.
Well, it's
Is this
not,
in Mexico?
It's non-potable water. Don't drink out of the faucets because I guess they have a natural spring or something, and it just
Sewage.
wasn't treated.
So it didn't have
wasn't
fecal.
sewage.
It's fecal.
It's just non-potable. So
It's poo-poo,
you know,
i.e. fecal.
poo-poo water.
we had
That's what that means. Poo-poo
had it
water.
gone
Yeah,
out. We were
poo-poo
playing
water.
kickball, and I go back inside to take a pee, and I was dying of thirst, and there was no one around. I was so thirsty, so I quenched myself in the bathroom sink. I was like drinking up, and then we're about to leave, and we're getting in the bus, and all I had for breakfast that morning was some peach cobbler or something like that.
Did it taste nasty? the water?
No, it tastes like water.
Oh,
Tastes
okay.
like water. So I get in the bus and I regurgitate. I mean, everyone was mortified. I regurgitated the peach cobblers I had. You know, because like who wants
all
this?
over on the bus?
Yeah, I was in the not the very front, but I was near the front, and I went up to the teacher while we're driving. I was like, I'm going to puke, and he was just like, oh, get right here, and I was like, and all of a sudden, kibbles and bits.
Peach
You
bottle.
know,
Oh.
So he ended up pulling over, and they went to a grocery store. He bought cat litter,
Kitty litter.
kitty litter.
Oh, yeah.
And
It
sprinkled
soaks it
a
up. Yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of kitty litter all over the whole thing. It kind of cured it, but yeah, that was the experience. But
It's
outside
always
of
the
that,
smell.
oh, it was pungent. I'm sure.
You get all the smell.
Yeah, it's the stomach
sure.
acid.
Have
and-
you
Just-
have you anybody thrown up on a roller coaster?
No.
Oh,
I've seen
No,
pictures of people
no,
doing
no.
You've done
Sean sounds like he has a story.
Hold on. Where it gets on people and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this
can
that.
you
Chuck,
imagine?
you've done this?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I-
Can you
I-
imagine being in one of the cars and
I've
the
been
people
around
up
someone
in
that
front
has.
of you
Well, there's pictures out there.
throw up on you?
I haven't, but my college.
Oh,
in
my
front of them.
God.
My college roommate did. Okay,
Oh.
Mr.
So-
Producer, look for that picture online.
No.
What's
No.
There's pictures. Like, you know how they snap the
type in
pictures?
roller coaster throwing up.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
And it's
There was one of
horrendous.
my partners. We went to Six Flags, and actually it was Phantasialand, and this was in Germany. And he was behind me, so I was unaffected. Just you know. So I hear this. You know, it's all. And it was like in this hair. He had long hair.
But
it
puke.
was caked.
Oh, come on. That's disgusting.
Well, you know,
Can you imagine getting hit
Yeah.
in the face? Like you're just on a car back on the the roller coaster train.
golly,
And,
that was a memory.
back.
Phantasialand, Germany. I got to look that up.
wow.
there it is.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
We're looking at a variety
Look at that.
of
Oh,
pictures where
no,
people
no,
are really
no.
throwing up, and it's just
Okay.
Okay.
Things
the-
things not to search for.
The peach
Yeah.
the peach clued me in on this memory that I had memory hold. But so
Look at this.
Is that a guy throwing up on another guy?
no, that's
Is
his
that a
date.
girl?
That's his date.
Oh my God.
Oh,
It's got a nice swirl to it, like a hurricane.
Look at him
Heavens
dripping.
to
Looks like he's just
Murgatroyd.
wrenching. Look at his arm. He's just like, oh, he's like in mid wrench. Oh,
Okay.
God, he's all hunched over.
Okay. Finish your story.
My
and let's
story.
Get
Okay.
rid of those pictures
All right.
so that we don't think
uh,
about this anymore.
Well, our producer warned us. He was
It's-
like, "I don't think that's
He
a good
did.
idea."
it was
I
a
did-
I
good.
didn't say
Yeah.
nude or anything like that.
All right. Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
did a summer semester at A&M,
Ah.
and showed up, got assigned a roommate, in Cocker Hall, right?
Mhm.
And
I don't know exactly where that is.
so my friend
No,
Ron
don't.
came up with me, and we were gonna go drop off my stuff and then go to Astroworld the next day because it's not that far.
Right.
And he looks at the picture because my roommate's already moved in, and he goes, "I recognize that girl. Oh wait, you're rooming with Peaches." That was his nickname.
Okay.
And I don't know why they called him Peaches, but we called him Peaches. But we knew him from high school.
He was
And-
probably really a girl.
No,
That's not a flattering nickname.
no, it's not a flattering
They didn't have
At
those
all.
back then.
No, but anyway, so he showed up. We said, "Hey, let's go across the street to the chicken," and we start drinking beers and whatever.
Sure.
And then we're going to get up in the morning, go to Astroworld, have fun, come back.
Oh god.
And we invite him because we know him.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, okay. So he goes with us, drinks like a beer.
Okay.
And he's not that big of a guy.
Right.
And so his tolerance level is 0.
One beer.
He has a beer. And he didn't feel good coming home. And in the morning, we're like, do you want to go? Because we're going to ride roller coasters and stuff like that. He's like, no, I got it. And so we went to McDonald's, right there on College.
I do.
And he threw up in the restroom there. And we're like,
One beer.
Well, this is the next
yes,
morning.
The next morning. Yeah. I don't know. This guy doesn't drink. Okay.
It was like the beer that you were turning down at the start of podcast. It was
Yeah.
a botulism beer.
Maybe it was a
It's a
botulism
mad
beer.
beer.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
But-
I am certain that beer's not good.
Yeah.
But we're like, you sure you want to go? No, I'll be fine by the time we get there. So we drive him down there. He's in the back seat, curled up in a ball on the floorboard.
yeah, he's not
That's
making
the
good.
worst.
and he gets in. We
He's
get
not making
in.
good decisions.
We get in. We ride one roller coaster, the Loopin' Starship. You remember that one?
Yes,
It goes back and
vaguely.
forth until it loops, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, he threw
He-
up.
he hurls.
Yes, he
On the
hurled
ride.
On the ride. And
Did-
we're like, okay,
Did it land on anybody?
you're done riding. It was more of a self-own.
On himself.
and it rolled because it was orange juice and pancakes
Oh, okay.
from
Yeah.
McDonald's, right?
We have got to get off this topic.
But yeah, so we told him you're done riding for today. You can just
Sure.
just ride the teacups or something. I don't know, but
You gotta be terrible
Probably
too.
take a
Spinning
nap.
around.
Go pull up a spot of grass and take a.
yeah,
Take a
take a
huge
nap
nap.
or something. Yeah, but because it was my buddy's last weekend before he had back surgery and he was never going to be able to ride because he's 6'8" and he had a metal rod inserted in his back and he's
Yeah.
never going to get inside the harness of a roller coaster ever again. Right?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wow.
where were we? Peaches.
Hold on. So I wanna break away from this and go back to the our drink.
Yeah.
And part of this drink of the Oak and Eden toasted turn
Toasted
that
oak.
bottle a little bit. Toasted oak. There you go. The bourbon Inspire. All right, so it's 90 proof. But really makes this thing. Let me just get down to the bulk of it. Jeff got a new fridge.
I tell you
Jeff
what.
got a new
yeah,
fridge.
so we
and
don't.
he provided-
We rarely have a cube or a Spire in our drinks, but we are today, and it's paying off.
Yeah. I mean, because typically we don't ice our bourbon down when we do our tastings. We just taste it and drink
It tastes fantastic.
And Jeff got a new refrigerator, and it produces these spheres, these ice spheres.
Yeah.
And he got
and-
like an $8,000 refrigerator.
Wait, would you call it
It
a?
was $23,000.
Spheres?
Oh, a
Would
23.
you call it a cube?
No.
Well,
Well, yeah.
call it ice chunk.
it's a
that's
round
shaped
ball.
like the Death Star. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the video of Pelosi where she's showing off her kitchen and her really expensive refrigerator and,
but
the,
Sub-Zero.
and the ice
It's
cream?
not a
Check out my
Sub-Zero.
Ben
It's the
Jerry's.
exact same one that Pelosi has.
Is
His
that what it
refrigerator.
is?
Negative.
Yeah.
You
Only
probably-
he has
yeah.
3.
Right.
Yeah.
No kidding. Oh my God. I shouldn't have said that word.
She
I'm
did
sorry.
have 2, didn't she?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she had
Side by
side by
side.
sides.
Yeah, when they did that thing of where she did her tour, they were like so out of touch, so out
They're
of touch.
disconnected. They're
Anyway,
on a
so,
different
but-
bandwidth than their planet.
But super cool. Your refrigerator makes spires
Yeah. So
or
look,
spheres.
No,
Look,
makes craft ice.
spheres, they
anytime
call it.
you're drinking a bourbon, look, I mean, some bourbons are, they some people don't have. Oh, God bless it. What am I trying to say? They just taste better with a cube.
Absolutely.
And it's like if you take and that's what they do anyways. They water it down. So if you have a cask strength and
If you have
it's
a nuclear bourbon.
120 proof or 120 proof, and typically what they do to get it down to 90 proof is they water it down.
They do.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, right now this with the cube on there,
That's it cold.
It's mellow.
and plus the temperature wise, if you were to take
yeah.
this bourbon and pop it in the freezer overnight and then serve it, it's got a different texture
It does.
and it goes down a little bit smoother. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that we can do with this without without the ice. I'm just amazed that we have drank. I'd say more than half a bottle, and there's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
I guess Julie had a sample.
She had a little bit.
She had the
No.
most, actually.
Yeah, no.
No.
Well, you basically gave us a 3-ounce pour each.
Well, that's because Paul was whining. He was like, "This is all we're gonna get."
Well, here's
You
why.
gotta cover
Hold
the
on.
ice.
Hold on. We put the sphere in the glass, and then you poured like a half a shot in there. I was like, it needs to cover like the majority of the sphere. That's the way it's supposed to. What
Hold
was
on.
that?
I think Jeff's watch is
All right,
talking.
goodness.
My watch decided
We
to
got to mute our
join our
watches.
conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just felt like it needed to cover
Did you finish your drink?
most of the sphere. Oh no, I have not.
No.
No, I have not. You know what? I want to get back to something you said. I mean, people drink their bourbon. There's so many different ways. People have it with water and lemon. People have it with
Yeah.
just a cube. People have it straight. People
There's
have it.
bourbon soda, the bourbon.
A million different
soda
sodas.
and Sprite. There's a
Old
Coke. There's a
fashioned?
press.
I mean,
the
uh,
old
There's a
fashioned.
bourbon
I
old
love
fashioned.
the old
Manhattan.
fashioned.
You know,
I like
and
the
I'm
old-fashioned.
I am glad that we don't judge that. You know what I mean? Because because I'm sure there are some people, depending on how good the bourbon is. If it's a really nice bourbon, it's not a mixer.
Well, the
right?
only way I
we've
judge
talked
it
about
is
that.
how difficult it is to make the drink. If it's like a difficult one, I'll go on a limb and say that some of the Manhattans and the old fashions they're kind of a pain in the ass to make because there are ingredients that you have to actually put in the correct amount of measurements in there to make it taste good.
It's not bad. I mean, simple syrup and bitters, right? I mean, it's actually not bad. But
With
your
an
point
orange
is it's
slice.
more than pouring
and
the
a
bourbon
cherry.
and dropping in a cube.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just I'm a purist.
I don't know if I've ever done the Manhattan.
I want to say it's almost the same thing. I think they
Than
take
an old fashioned. Yeah, there's a
they-
slight difference between the
they
two.
take
I'm not sure what it
powdered
is.
Sugar, I think, is maybe the difference.
Why don't you look up the difference between a Manhattan and an old fashioned?
Well, I know the old fashioned. You'll have the cherry in it, and typically like an orange slice. I don't know if the
Or a
Manhattan-
And
rind.
simple
or
syrup.
rind. Yeah, I don't know if the Manhattan has the fruit. Fruit.
But they both have.
Old
But they both have.
fashioned is made with whiskey, bourbon and rye, bitters and sugar. A Manhattan is traditionally made with rye whiskey
Oh.
and substitutes a sweet vermouth for the sugar.
Manhattan is made with. Okay, there are the differences
I've
right
got
there.
some sweet vermouth down there.
Manhattan is made with sweet vermouth, whereas old fashioned is made with sugar. Okay, you just covered that. Manhattan's a dry cocktail with savory notes, whereas old fashioned is a sweet cocktail. Okay. Manhattan is served in a coupe straight up
Coupe.
by a Somalian.
Simoleon.
Whereas old fashioned is served in a rocks glass. God, see, there's so much. You know what? Actually, when you get back to the that was probably older times, right? Like 40s, 50s, 60s, where you were sophisticated drinking.
Yeah, the rocks. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle,
Yeah. The
tinkle.
glass had to be right. The ingredients had to be perfect.
Well, they
there
had
was a
like a-
sophistication to it,
well, they had like
an arrogance to
a
it,
bar
right?
cart. And you had the crystal
Right.
decanter.
I think
and-
we've moved outside of the rich and famous. We have probably moved past the sophistication of how you're supposed to be drinking drinks, right? So,
Not supposed to shoot it
well, we like to shoot it.
or butt chug it.
I don't remember butt chugging
What the hell?
You don't think the rich and famous
Alfred,
did
please pass another cube of
it.
ice. from-
The rich and famous, you think they butt chug, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
Who knows?
Wow.
if you're on Jackass, you do. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
They're rich and
gross.
famous.
they're rich and famous.
Yeah, they have a
Well, Jeff introduced us to
what do you call it?
butt
A bong,
luge.
right? They have a butt bong.
A butt luge.
So gross.
No, that's because I had to.
Just-
I didn't see it, but
You did. You saw it. You were a
No.
product of it. Just
No.
just
a
tell us
product
the
of
truth.
it.
Yes.
No, that happened that night.
God.
That's when the booze started flowing. I left at like 3:00,
Yeah, whatever.
and then the party started.
Just own up to it,
Dude,
man.
you've got a
there.
permanent scar of Grand Marnier on your back, the back trail
Yeah, it's
between the
stained.
hair.
It stained your butt
It's a
crack.
It's like
Valley.
a tail.
Yeah.
A whale tail.
No, I didn't experience.
He has a permanent stain on his skin. That's so gross.
Wadsworth, bend over. I want to do another butt luge.
It's nasty. God.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the bourbon we're drinking. It's not bad. It's even better on a cube, and I wonder now if that's something we should do more of.
I think so. We have the ability to do it now.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I gotta admit, it made me wanna
Yeah.
buy another refrigerator.
Yeah, Sean popped a boner down there when he realized.
I did.
You know, they have like ice trays that make this as
An
well.
ice boner.
There's a difference when you open up the bottom tray and there are a bunch of little balls in there that are ice.
They're big
and
balls.
Yeah.
You just all you do is pick one up and pop it in your drink. That's the one I want. You know, the
Yeah.
ones I have at my house are these
You have to take 'em
plastic
apart.
rubbery things, and you gotta fill it up. You gotta stick it in there, and sometimes they seep out the side and leak all over your.
I'm
ice
with you.
area.
I'm with
It's
you.
just come on. I mean, look, it's a no brainer.
But here's the thing: I'm holding out until I can buy one that has like 8 different shapes. I want a triangle.
You want the decahedron?
I want a dodecahedron,
Dodecahedron?
an octagon.
Ice cube.
I want a snowflake.
Yes, a gigantic
And
snowflake.
each one is
No.
unique, right?
3-dimensional.
You want the Death Star.
Yeah, well, the Death Star.
Oh,
Yes.
that'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
well, they come out kind of like a Death Star.
Yeah, these
apparently.
kind of look like
We
it.
could do the Monopoly. Monopoly. What do you call them? The icons of Monopoly. You can
Pieces.
do a boot,
Boot.
ice
A
cube,
thimble.
an iron.
Shoe.
a thimble,
We went through this last week.
A
the
race car.
Iron.
Little dog.
a little dog,
wheelbarrow.
a hat.
wheelbarrow.
Did you always say a top
Is
hat?
that a top hat? Yeah.
Top hat.
Yeah, there you go. We could do. You could have the Monopoly refrigerator.
Hotel.
So I noticed I was shopping at Walmart, and actually I don't know where I was at, but anyways, they had different Monopoly games for Frisco, Texas.
Yes, they do. We
Oh
have it.
yeah, yeah. They're very customized.
I thought that was cool.
it is cool.
I've got it downstairs.
Do you really? Wow.
Is it like
Shoot.
updated for the 220,000
Frisco-opoly.
people?
2021
Right.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frisco-opoly right there. I got that downstairs.
Wow.
Or does it still have, stuff that's long gone?
Well, it's just like Monopoly, but
Does
the
it have the
but the
water
locations.
tower with the raccoon on there, still off of Preston?
Frisco Coons
Yeah, it said Coons, and they made them change it.
Yeah,
because
that's
someone got
crazy.
offended.
And they made the first school, right, was the Frisco Coons, the very first high school, and they made them change that.
the Fighting Coons.
Yeah, the Fighting Coons.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, it's an animal.
I know it's an animal.
Animal.
It's an animal.
I
Come
get
on.
it. I get it.
It's a raccoon. I mean, I get it, but that they call black folk coons.
Oh boy,
But come on, man.
that's not what they mean.
No,
This is not a
those are
derogatory term.
Those are raccoon.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Man, we're catering to too much of that. in my
So
opinion.
I actually did a
That happened a long time ago, probably
I did
20
a
years ago, 15, 20 years
construction
ago?
job,
Right.
and the client was Dr. Owen Coons, and
I had
Did
an
it- did
English
they-
teacher
did they make him
named
change his
Mrs.
name?
Coon.
no, he was actually he worked for NASA, and he was a flight surgeon for the Apollo program, and he's quite the character. And Dwight Owen Coons was his whole name, and his initials is an acronym for Doc. All right. So he was a flight surgeon for the Apollo programs, the earlier ones.
nice.
And back there is a large photo in his house of the Earth that was taken by the astronauts out from space, and they autographed it, and it said to Nig, Nig, because that was his nickname.
Oh my gosh.
See, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, it was okay. It was acceptable.
Wow.
But it's kind of like, I saw that, and his wife, because at that point his Dwight Dr. Coons had passed away, but his wife was and then she actually said the word,
Right.
and I was kind of like, yeah, I already knew that, but yeah. But it's just something. I mean, look, this was a big photograph. It was
Oh, yeah.
it was like the size of a poster, and it was a real autograph, and they all autographed it.
Like
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, but that's exact. Edwin, and
like Buzz Aldrin.
but it was just kind of cool, and it's just like you're not going to find that picture at the Smithsonian, but
Was it in
they
the movie
should.
The Right Stuff or anything like that?
They should have put something like that at the Smithsonian because it is absolutely a sign of the times.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is. It's a mark, and it's a mark, and it was amazing to Neg, and that,
Yeah. It
and-
was a different time. It was a different time, and I could go into more stories about it. But
the reason why I bring that up is well, maybe it was a good idea to get rid of. As much as I want to fight wokeism, which I do, maybe this one will give to them about the raccoons and the coons.
Well, yeah, because it's offensive to them.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's just like the Washington Redskins.
Yeah,
How far do you
let's just
go?
avoid it if we can. you
It's
know?
a
Yes,
slippery
avoid
slope.
it if we can. Avoid it
I'll
if
get
we
rid
can.
of the coons.
It's a slippery slope.
I'll get rid of the
It
coons
is a
because
slippery slope.
people call black people coons as a
They call Indians
derogatory term.
Redskins.
Yeah, well, no, we called them Redskins as a derogatory term back in the 17th century.
So
we
it's
don't do
far
that
enough
anymore.
back that
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
nobody gives a look. The Redskins were damn proud to have the NFL team.
I know.
Yeah,
Slap
the
that
logo
name on the
itself
side.
was designed by
A Redskin.
Native American Indians, and they were
It was the-
exceptionally
and
proud
here's
of
the
it.
thing: we got rid of Indians too. Now,
Right? Yes,
right?
we did.
Well,
They're the
the
Cleveland
s-
Guardians or some
Guardians. Yeah.
garbage like that.
The Swan Lakes is now
Guardians.
the Swan of
Or-
Lakes Butters missing the Indian.
Y'all were
Yeah.
talking about the Olympics the other day and bringing
Land
up
O'Lakes.
Squaw Valley. You can't say Squaw anymore.
Is it just Valley?
How?
Yeah, it's just
I-
Valley now.
Again, I don't understand how that's
That's
offensive.
kind of weird.
It's no different than taking Mrs. Butterworth off the syrup.
Or-
How was
I know.
how
Or
was
the
she
Land
a-
O'Lakes Indian, right?
Yeah, how were they offensive? We were
Or
trained
Uncle Ben's.
paying tribute to those people.
So-
So now there's no black or native
Who's the
people.
pancake lady?
Only
Aunt
white.
Jemima?
Only white people
Mrs. Butterworth.
are left on packages.
Or
Yeah.
Aunt Jemima, yes.
But
Aunt
Aunt Jemima was, I mean, her whole family, she was like one of the first millionaires.
Yes, and they got rich.
and they were
Yeah.
exceptionally
Yeah.
proud of her legacy.
And they
Okay,
got rid
How
of
did
it.
they? You know what? Why didn't we see a story of where they were that Aunt Jemima's family was very offended that they removed them?
So
Were they?
we don't know.
Well, they're not going to show it because
yeah.
it doesn't fit the narrative.
Doesn't-
And it sucks because this gets into the politics part and it just kind of pulls my freaking skin.
I know it.
Is it grind your gears?
Oh, it grinds my gears.
Grinds my
It does.
So here's the joke: is Land O'Lakes? It's truly American now because it got rid of the Indians and kept the land.
That's offensive.
I see what you did there.
I see what I did there too.
Which
Hey,
they did.
hey, folks, look, we need to take a pause. And we want to say, excuse me, the mystery has been solved. We've been, for the last 3-4 podcasts, Paul has been missing his koozie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's been out of sorts.
It has just, it is recently populated. We have no idea where it came from. It was here. Jeff is saying, oh, well, you found it last
He
time.
did. He found it
I
last
don't
time.
believe it. I think you're full of shit.
No,
No, I did.
he did.
Oh, you
I
did?
found it. I just don't
Damn
remember.
it, I wanted to blame Jeff.
I just didn't remember.
Son of a bitch.
You
Yeah.
gave me so much of that whatever we were drinking, the bourbon we were drinking last time. You gave me so much of it
Was that
that
Rumble?
What,
I-
you found it in the backyard
I
next to a ham sandwich?
yeah. Yeah, I just stumbled out into my normal spot and there it was.
And your phone.
Right?
your
My
spiritual
wallet, my
shaman.
keys. I found all sorts of shit in that hole.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
All right, well, glad. I'm thankful that you found your koozie.
Yes,
Yeah.
all
Now
is
you're not
right
gonna take
in the
mine, 'cause
world.
you fucking took mine.
Yeah, he was upset the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
He's like,
Well, I
Yes,
think
dude.
they're trying to push me out. Chuck, what do you think? They're trying to phase me out.
I think Sean was ready
It starts
to
with a koozie.
buy him one because you were so much being
I
a
looked
bitch.
online. They didn't sell them online.
Did you really?
Well, I mean, they did sell them on Amazon. I wasn't going to set up an account with the bearded butchers.
Wow, because that's a lot to do.
Uh,
So if it really would have made me happy, you still wouldn't have done it. Go out there and set up
Right.
an account and buy me a
how do
koozie.
you know?
Because you already said you didn't do it.
Well, that doesn't mean I wouldn't have done it.
You didn't.
It's irrelevant.
In this theoretical scenario, you failed me.
It's a moot point right now.
All right, so we're winding down the year, gentlemen.
We're winding down fucking fantasy football, and I got
No.
tons of fuck off.
No. Wound down. You're done. You're out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm still playing because
Yeah.
I'm in the playoffs, but you two gentlemen didn't seem to get there.
No,
I
And there's-
didn't make it.
and
I
there's
made
12
some poor
teams.
choices.
There's
I
12
picked
teams.
some.
How do you-
I
how do
picked
you-
some elite players. Elite players, and
Uh-huh.
look, it's tough. I'm telling
Uh-huh.
you, and like you said, we have 12 players
Yeah, we do.
in our league, and when
it
you
gets
have,
diluted really fast.
when you have that many players or that many teams on your fantasy football fantasy football league, the talent is thin.
Yeah.
The talent is thin,
But
and
the waiver wire is razor thin.
it's tough too.
Well,
because
but here's the
you
great
lose
thing.
a quarterback, you're done.
But here's the great thing
Yeah.
about having 12 teams. Like the vast majority of them make the playoffs. At least 8 out of the 12 make the playoffs. So that's what's nice about having 12.
douche.
But but you're not in, and Jeff, you're not in
I
either.
think Paul got very lucky to
Dude,
get in.
you
did not
have-
deserve. You should have
Yes.
lost at least another
Every
5 games.
game
Okay,
that
time
you
out. I had the
played
fourth
was-
highest points.
No,
Yes, I did.
no.
I think
Here's
I
the
did.
other thing: is you're
Doesn't
playing.
matter.
You're playing with fire going into the playoffs now. Don't. I mean,
Oh, I know. Oh no,
yeah.
no. Oh no, I'm going to get bounced in the first round.
Okay.
No.
So
Trust
you-
me,
you
I'm not
consider
talking
it
shit.
house money.
I'm making them feel bad about
You're,
us
No,
not
you
making
you
the
consider it
playoffs.
I
house
gave up.
money just making the playoffs.
I gave up
right.
on my team
Yes.
when my quarterback got -3 points and my running back got 0 points the same game, and I think I topped out at 27 points this week.
I'm surprised
That
you
was
didn't
your.
hear me
That was you
scream
had for the total
I
score.
think so. Yeah,
23.
it was terrible.
That has to be a
Lamar-
You should win
record
money
low.
for that.
Lamar Jackson got hurt. James Robinson got pulled. He got 0 points, and
He played against the Titans.
Wow.
Titans tore
and
him
it was
up.
terrible. It was. I had zeros. And I was just like, "What are you guys doing? What are you going to do?"
Did you have a conference call with your team?
I should have. I said, "Guys, I think during the game, if your quarterback gets hurt, you should be able to sub in."
That is the weakest waving the white
Well,
flag I've
well,
ever
well, let
seen
me-
in
let me-
fantasy
let-
football.
No, I
This one
think
is
you should.
actually a real one.
No, it isn't.
I think the fact that they wait to make their game time decisions to call the COVID is bullshit.
That upset me. I had somebody that
Yeah.
didn't play. Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah, that happened to me as
they
well.
just like, oh yeah, he's got COVID, and they don't tell you to the fucking day of.
Right.
Because I guess they give them a COVID test that morning, and if they passed, then they're good.
Yeah, and
And
not
if they
all of us
don't
can
pass-
sit around.
They publish it, and by that
refresh,
time, you're kinda like,
refresh.
Yeah. That's what Barry does.
all right, well, it's 11:50, and
And he still didn't make the playoffs.
I know.
poor Barry. He's like he tried everything. In fact, he had to make a little comment. I had most points against me. I go, hey, look at me. I'm still great, but I lost.
Chuck, do you play fantasy at all?
Yeah, at work, of course.
Right.
And
We're
I'm the
fantasy football.
I'm the commish. Okay, thanks. I'm the commish, and I came in like 10th. So
Right. There you
there's
go.
no collusion there.
Yeah.
No, I think
no,
fantasy
no
football.
provable collusion.
Fantasy football is a lot of luck.
Oh, tons of luck.
A lot of
I
luck.
had like 4 quarterbacks go down week after week in the middle of the game.
Right.
You know, Ben Roethlisberger gone. You know, Lamar Jackson gone.
Yeah,
you know.
there are definitely strategic decisions you
Russell
can make
Wilson
during the
gone.
season that set you up for the possibility of having a win, a breakout win, right?
Yeah, but
Like when somebody goes down,
it's so hard
and you
to
got
do
to be
the
right on
strategic-
it to like get the backup.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be right on it, right? And then and we don't have wide open waiver wires. We have very
Very strict.
restricted.
You can do one.
You get one pickup,
Yeah.
and if you're in the top group, you get picked later. And if you're in the bottom group, you get to pick first on Wednesday. One pick Wednesday.
But the thing is, the
So
the
it's,
waiver
you gotta
wire
be
is
smart about
there's
it.
no one out there.
I know. Well,
That's the
unless,
thing.
like I said, unless you
I-
score backups.
I think
That's
There's
right.
no one out there
Well,
unless
that's
you
right.
get lucky.
you get a guy that gets put on IR, that you should get an additional pickup. It's just my opinion.
I agree with that. Immediately after the draft, if you drafted him and you had no idea that he had a
I'm
broken
talking
leg
throughout
during
the
the
whole year.
preseason, no, I just think after the draft. But anyway, we can talk about that at the next gathering, the gathering of the elders.
I think we need to look at the covenants of the league.
Covenants.
Well, Barry has them.
Do a 83% vote.
Alters it whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, he'll make alterations to make sure he doesn't come in second to last next year.
Well, you're the one that slid into last place.
I
Good
did.
Lord! And you know what?
You
Here's
guys
the deal.
both did so horrible.
Fuck you.
I'm really disappointed. I thought you
And
guys understood the game
we
of football.
All
Okay,
did.
what if while my
we
players
drafted
was bad?
great teams,
Lamar Jackson.
Really?
dude. You got a B. I got a B plus.
You did. That's true.
Okay, I mean, come
It doesn't
on.
mean anything.
It doesn't mean
Every
anything.
week, my projected points were 100 points or higher, and I come in at freaking 40 points, 60 points, and I think I got 27 points
You got
this
a
last
C,
week.
so you were going to lose no matter what.
Yeah, we knew you sucked.
So, it's
From the
it's-
get-go.
It's bullshit.
All right. I was going to go over significant events as we wrap up the year.
Oh,
One of
boy.
them is Sean and Jeff not making the playoffs. what
Yeah,
date
we
is
already
that?
went over that.
Check.
Checkmate.
Yeah, we already covered that?
Fuck
Okay,
face.
never mind. We'll go over the other events later.
All right. Yeah, because I went out there today to go, okay, who am I playing next? I was like, oh, you have no games.
You don't even have a
Oh, my
consolation
God.
bracket.
You
Hey,
didn't even
look,
know
I didn't
you
even
had
know.
made it.
I even
that's pathetic.
called Paul, and I was like, Paul,
He did.
we need to have a conversation. We need to think about the better good. And I was just like, if I lose, and if I lose and what's her name?
Dream Crusher.
Dream Crusher loses and Barry wins, he's going to make the 8th seat, which will allow him to be into the playoffs.
Right.
We can't have that.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Need,
I don't know what he was implying. Like I need
was
to
implying-
throw
What are
the
you going to be able to
game,
do?
throw the game somehow.
I was implying that you could have played a subpar player,
Right.
is what I was saying. Because it doesn't matter if you would have lost.
Anyway, I crushed him like
You
a bug.
didn't crush me. You had a 6-point lead.
I destroyed him.
The only thing
To
So
make
he
my
wanted
point.
to, so he was
Just
like,
to make my point,
so
I
Sean
crushed
wanted
him.
to get into the playoffs is what it was.
Yes,
well,
he
no,
did.
no. We wanted Barry to lose. Barry still lost, so it worked out.
You're so evil.
Yeah.
So harsh.
Yeah, well,
Such Schadenfreude.
It is.
I'm a dick.
You know, it is a fun hobby though. Fantasy football
It's very
during
exciting.
during the
draft is exciting. We never did our mid-season
gathering.
excursion.
yeah.
To Boomer Jacks.
Yeah,
I think it is a really good way to stay in touch with guys that you don't normally stay in touch with. And it's a fun thing to get excited about Sunday football, especially with Red Zone now. Red Zone.
Never watched
Yeah.
it.
what is that?
It's awesome.
Yeah, DirecTV.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
a-
it's on YouTube TV. Red
Oh,
Zone
is it?
is on a lot of stations
You're
now.
going to drop YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about doing that.
oh,
with
well,
the dude-
$59 a month.
With the
Come
dude with the
on.
satellite dishes for ears.
Yes, yeah, he does have big ears, doesn't he? I can't believe you guys have never seen Red Zone. So
No.
basically, it bounces around from game to game to game, and if any team gets into the red zone, they hop to that game, and then they'll split it to 2. There you go. Split it to 2, split it to 4, split it to 8. If there's 8 games in the red zone, and you catch every single big play, every single touchdown, every single field goal, every scoring play,
And no
That's kinda
commercials.
cool.
and no commercials.
Are
No
you shitting me?
goddamn
No commercials.
commercials.
Well,
You
how
can-
much is that?
So you literally watch it for 7 hours straight with no commercials.
God.
It's actually brilliant for fantasy football. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
necessary.
if you're single
No?
Whatever.
and
you don't
live in
have to
an
be single.
apartment,
Like Brian. Brian sits there and watches 7 hours straight every Sunday.
Look, you're going to watch football. Your wife's not going to watch it anyway. So why not watch constant football as opposed to
Right.
football for 30 seconds, 2-minute commercial
Yeah.
break, the football for 4 plays,
I'm
2.5
telling
minute commercial break. It's bullshit.
you, for fantasy football and football lovers, it is a game changer, man. It's awesome. So it's good stuff. But, speaking of hobbies, I was going to ask you guys, being dudes like us, you might, so I think at our age, a lot of us are kind of coming into the age where we're empty nesters, right? Jeff, you're already there.
I'm there.
You're already an empty nester. That's unbelievable to me. I've got one left who's a 16-year-old, and but I tell you what, he's gone so often that we feel like empty nesters, right?
Right.
What about you, Chuck? Are
Same
you-
here. Same here. Same as you.
You could walk
Okay,
the house.
same as
You could
me.
walk the house nude.
Yeah, well, we did anyway, even when the kids were home. I mean,
Nice.
because we're kind of
Nice.
like Dutch, like European. We feel that way.
Right. You give
So-
good deep body hugs.
Oh, group
Nude.
hugs, group
Oh,
hugs.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
all together,
Keep the love in the
but
family.
totally appropriate. Like
feel
not
like-
not in a weird way.
No sack
No,
touches.
no.
Yeah, we don't touch sacks.
I feel like I'm on Lolita Island.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, but you don't touch sacks. You don't do long hugs. I mean, it's like you've thought about this stuff.
No, I did not.
Anyway, Sean, what about you? So so Mr. Producer is your youngest.
I
So
just got blasted to Epstein Island. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, so my point is, we're all reaching that empty nester thing.
Well, it did the
You're going-
opposite
you're
for
going
me.
backwards.
My
Yeah.
I
You
gained,
added.
I gained
Yeah,
a
yeah.
person.
Anytime an older one leaves,
I've got-
a younger one leaves, the older one
I've
comes
got
back.
4 children. I've got girl, boy, and I had at one point both girls had moved out, and Preston was in college, so he was out, and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. This
Yeah.
is real. Now
You're getting to the
they're-
end.
Now they're all back. So
All 4 of them, literally all 4.
Welcome
well,
back,
no,
welcome
no, no,
back,
no.
my
welcome
oldest daughter
back.
brought her roommate with her.
Oh, now they got friends living with them.
Yeah. So now and it's very. I don't know if I should talk about it, so I won't. But it's whatever. We've got a full house,
Right.
and my
Fuller
son
house.
was my Preston bought a fucking golden retriever, which is a great dog. Needs to be trained, but it's
hyper.
it's a puppy. It's not even a year old. And in
What's
fact,
a
you
year
know
old
what?
now?
I got a story to tell you about a dog. But let me chime in and get this really quick to summarize what's going on in my house. So I've got two mom and dad, right? Then we got 4 kids. We got a roommate. We have a cat that stays upstairs.
You love the cat.
I like the cat, but
I hate cats.
I wish the cat were gone. So the rule is no dogs upstairs because that's the cat's domain. But my daughter, the oldest, has her dog. It's a corgi, and she brought it with her. She's like, I have to have it upstairs. It pisses me off, but it's up there, But I don't let it free range up there. It's got to go straight in her room, straight downstairs.
So how does your daughter sound again? What does she say?
And we have a ginger, which is a multi-poo. So we have a golden retriever, which we didn't ask for.
I think Ginger is
We
what,
have,
800 years old?
a corgi. Ginger.
It's a petrified poodle.
Poor Ginger. She looks like a crack whore. I mean, she's
extremely old.
she's got this eye that's looks like glaucoma. Looks like she's got nut eye from a
Petrified.
whorehouse.
She looks like Kathy Griffin.
She's got matted. Her hair's all matted and nasty and golly.
Yeah. Well, and then
You know what she reminds me of? The grouchy old lady on Golden Girls.
Rose.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
You
The
can
one
hear-
that's like
She's about 6 pounds, but you can hear her bark down the street. It's so high pitched. Like, my dog's very loud, but so is Ginger.
sorry, keep going, Sean.
Well, so we got a full house. I mean, not only do we have 4 children, and we have 3 dogs, a cat, and it's just an ensemble of
It's like a farm.
loss.
Yeah, it's a zoo.
It Dr. fucking Doolittle. It's so. Anyways, I yesterday morning, Tara goes to work and she calls me immediately after she leaves the house. She goes, "Hey, there's this black collie, and it was running around, so I grabbed it and I put it in the car. I told it to sit. It sat. I told it to come here. It came here. We're just gonna put it in the car. So she puts it in the car, and I get up. I'm like, oh, fuck. I bring the dog in. Dog's cute. The dog's still going crazy now. And so I put him in the backyard. Fine. I call animal control. The dog is chipped. We find out who the owner is. They're like 3 doors up, 4 doors up. Not a big deal. It's usually what the case is.
Right.
This dog is pretty smart. So it's a collie. It's a black collie. It's very cute. And while it was in the backyard, it learned how to open up the back door. It knows how to open up doors.
Oh wow.
Okay. So that was yesterday. Today, this morning, the dog is at my front door.
Opening the door.
No, at 7:30 in
He's
the
got
morning.
the code.
Oh, you
to
had
the-
you already gave it back to the neighbors?
Yeah, because we called animal control. They
Did you give it the code to your front door?
So
Beep, 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 beep,
so at
beep.
7:30, the dogs are fucking going ape shit. I don't know what the hell's going on. So the
dog came back.
I still have the lady's phone number in my phone. So I'm calling her at 7:30 in the morning. Say your dog's out, and I open the door. She's walking up anyways, and she's like, I saw it, and I go to do my inspection. I come back around 3:30. I sit, eat a sandwich. I sit on the couch and kind of decompress for a minute. I lay down, and next thing you know, there's a dog licking my face.
You gave it the code.
The fucking dog
Came through
opened
the doggy door.
front door.
No.
Okay, opened the front door and shut it.
Bullshit.
No, the dog fucking shut the door.
And then came up to you and licked your face.
it was in my face, and I was like, "What in the hell?"
You know what it's
is-
saying?
That dog loves you.
Yeah, no, what it's saying is save me. It's like abused at their house or something. What the hell?
I don't know, man.
It
but
desperately wants out.
it was a trip. So I call her back. I call her, and I was just like, "Your dog is here." She's like, "You must have some sort of dog nip at your house," and I was just like, "I don't know. I
How
don't
fu- how-
know." But it was a weird experience that the dog opened up my fucking door, let himself in.
That's unbelievable. That's the kind of dog you can train to make a drink for you.
Or bring you a beer.
Or bring you a
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Well, I was going past that. This
Yeah,
dog,
I know. Yeah.
This dog can make a Manhattan.
beer.
it was
sweet
smart enough to
vermouth.
open up the door. I had to
Yeah.
lock the back door, put the dog door slot in there.
You're moving furniture in front of the. You're sliding the piano over to the front door.
Well, I mean, I deadbolted now, but it's just funny because
No, that's insane.
the dog walked in the fucking front door and shut it.
That is insane.
Because I got up and looked, because I heard someone at the door, and I was kind of like, well, I thought maybe it was a delivery guy dropping an Amazon gift for Christmas because we got nonstop deliveries.
Your
going on
Amazon
right
guy
now.
licks your face.
And well,
Yeah.
no.
See, that's why he was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Producer's laughing at that one.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
is.
Anyway,
Shaw's no count must be true.
yeah, he didn't refute
You
it.
didn't deny it.
Yeah, he didn't.
no, he did not. He did not lick my face. It was
Yeah.
kind of a trip, though.
He just teabags you.
What the hell, man?
Yeah. Did you guys touch Zach's?
God, Paul.
That's what you said
No.
earlier.
We are not at
Do
Paul.
you
No,
walk
just-
around in the nude?
Just the tip.
Yeah, this place just the tip, Mr. Amazon man. God, really?
It was kind of cool, though. It was kind of because the dog is cute. The dog is cute, and if we were gonna have a dog, it'd be kind of like that. It was just unexpected, and at a certain point, I'm kind of like, fuck it. I mean, I've got it is such a zoo at the house.
We have Bronco. You're going to have him for the next decade.
Yeah,
into
he's
your
not going
60s.
anywhere. Not going anywhere.
Well, at the beginning of the year, he is going to be leaving us for about 5 or 6 weeks.
For training.
He's going
To go upstate to a farm.
I don't give a fuck where he goes, but when he comes back, when I say stop, he's gonna stop.
oh, so you are training him?
I have to.
Yeah, he's a handful. He's a beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's smart. He's got a lot of stuff going for him. and I
Beautiful
wanna
dog, lots
maintain
of
that.
energy, but needs to be trained.
Yeah, because he jumps up on people, and I don't need. Well, he doesn't need to be doing that.
Right. No, I got you.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying this bourbon.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
good.
I already finished mine off.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Very
I think
nice.
the cube did add
Yeah,
another layer or something.
yeah, it made it very enjoyable. A lot of richness came out
Yeah.
in the bourbon with the.
Opened it up.
It sure did with
2021.
the sphere, with your fancy sphere from your fancy refrigerator.
You know, coronavirus is pretty much the staple in 2021.
Yeah.
and the fact that it's a farce.
We're Omicron in it.
You know what's weird? That I
Omicron
thought
in
was
it.
unique and hands off to your son is one of Paul's son Dawson went to the doctor because I guess he was sick, and he refused to take the coronavirus test. He was like, just give me a regular flu test, and the flu test came back positive, and so now he can go around saying I have the flu.
And I
And the
would.
doctor chimed in and said, you know what? I haven't given the flu test in a year and a half.
Right.
And I would bet.
Which
you
is
five-
fine.
What was it? The Wuhan flu.
I bet you $500 if he had taken the COVID test, it would have been positive.
Well.
I'm sorry, I don't believe the COVID test.
Well,
I
those
don't.
tests are
I don't
aren't
at all.
accurate at all. And in fact, they tell. I mean, it's out there. They are not accurate.
They're not accurate.
At all.
Elon Musk took 4 in the same day just to prove that point, and they were all different.
Well, there's either positive or
Yeah, they were all different.
so.
Positive, then
positive.
positive, then negative, then positive, then
So
negative.
2 were the same.
I mean-
and 2 were,
Yeah.
so they weren't all different.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
The
There
two
was
are
there
the
was
same.
no consistency to what the test
The
was
other two
telling.
were-
Correct. I know what you mean. Did you see what the name of his children are?
Yeah, I think I remember. Kind of a weird deal. He had a divorce from that mom, right?
Well,
Is it because of the name of the
Was he
children?
ever married?
I
Were
don't
they
know,
married?
but his children's
He named
names,
his children after Rorschach tests.
they're AIE or A or something.
They look like Tool albums or something.
Why
what-
do you want to do?
Very.
Why do you want to do that to your kids?
Uh,
Give them weird names to where they can't. They just have to be
There we
weird.
go. Oh yeah.
XAE and
She,
A
a she. Or something.
I don't know how you
What
say
the
that.
I
hell?
don't know.
Well, I mean,
Look, dude.
I mean,
Whatever.
Prince has a name. I mean, it's that symbol.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They're never going to be normal anyway.
They're never gonna be normal, and he's got fuck
doesn't
you
matter
money.
if
He's
they-
got fuck you money, so it doesn't
Right.
matter.
It doesn't matter if their names were Tim and Ralph and Charles. I mean, or Frank.
And who knows?
It doesn't matter.
They may have
Oh.
normal names.
Well, he had a kid that died of SIDS.
Yeah, he may call them like
He did?
Bruce and Tom.
Yeah, but well, he may have
Scroll
normal.
up a little.
Oh, really?
Scroll
The
up a
kid
little,
died of
Mr.
SIDS?
Producer.
You can't read. He flips.
Yeah, he goes so fast it makes you throw up.
Scroll up a little. Keep going. Keep going.
He's got
keep going,
5
keep going. Right
sons?
there. There we go.
6 children.
He's got 6 kids. No kidding.
His first child, Nevada Alexander Moss, was born in 2002, 2 years after he married
no.
Canadian author Justin Wilson in 2000. Sadly, he died at just 10 weeks.
Justin or Justine?
Yeah. I think it was Justine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sudden
There's an E.
infant death, which is horrible.
It is
because you don't really
horrible.
know what that is. It could have been, him waking up in the middle of the night and choking the kid. Who knows?
I doubt it.
Well,
Don't
sudden
think
infant
that's-
death, isn't that usually when they asphyxiate for some unknown reason?
Yeah, they're on their side or their back or something. Is it back to sleep?
I think it's when they're on their stomach.
They're on their stomach and their
Well,
neck
but
is
then
turned
even,
or something like that.
Even that has changed.
Yeah.
Like where they're recommending this and recommending that. They don't know.
They don't know. Is
The
the
bottom line is they really
it?
don't know.
And they still don't know. They don't know jack shit about anything.
I wouldn't
Nothing.
say anything.
Well,
But yes.
they
What about-
don't know a lot about a lot.
About climate change?
including
Oh,
climate
they know a lot
Oh
about climate
my
change.
Did you
God.
see Biden
The
and his
Yes.
comments?
tornado that just ripped through
Kentucky.
the ass of Arkansas and went up into
Kentucky.
frickin' Kentucky.
Tennessee and Kentucky.
Or is
yeah.
it Tennessee and Kentucky?
Yes.
And they're sitting there. Who was that? There was a director that ripped the governors that says, "Well, you fucking deserved it because you Republicans are
Yeah.
you
They
were
were
paying
a number-
attention to climate
Who
change."
said that?
Yeah, there were a number
There
of
was a
people that
director- there were
blamed
several
Republicans.
tweets put out, but he deleted
the
it.
bodies are still warm.
I know.
For God's sakes.
I know it.
Well, he's taking advantage of going, see, this is climate change.
Yeah.
He deleted it
That
since
is
then.
that is such
it's
bull-
not
and
the
it's
time
such
or
bullshit
place.
it's a bullshit premise in the first place.
Well,
Torn-
climate change is a joke.
Tornadic disasters have been down since like the beginning of the century, and I'm not talking 2000. I'm talking 1900,
Right.
and the death rate has been down, and the it has nothing to weather has nothing to do with the climate,
Right.
and this bullshit about a 100-year storm that just happens to happen is. And they just take it and they throw the politics at it, and it grinds my gears.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. This was
Yeah.
the first F5 tornado in 8 years.
Yeah. And same with hurricanes.
Right.
There hasn't been a cat above a Cat 3 hit landfall since Katrina until the recent one Ida or something like that
I know.
last year.
I know.
And it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be more prevalent and blah blah blah, and blaming fires,
They don't
blaming
know.
tornadoes,
Everything.
blaming hurricanes
Everything.
on climate change is bullshit.
Well, I blame the fires on California and how
Yes,
they don't
they're-
manage their
They're
forest.
horrible forest management.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, that's. I mean, come on, spend your money. It's. Oh my God. I
we
mean,
could go on and on this
it really
one.
is. It's just.
It's
It
sad.
makes.
And you know what though? There are plenty of scientists that get total censored and just shut down.
Yeah, they get
That are on.
Oh,
that
they get fact checked by the opinion checkers at Facebook, right?
Right.
The opinion checkers. They that came out. I'm
but
sorry,
in a
I'm
court
popping
of
my
law,
mic.
they just admitted it.
But in a court of law, they just admitted their fact checkers are opinion checkers.
I know.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
I know. Retarded.
That just came out. I haven't read that.
Yes.
Yeah, it just came out.
Because John Stossel sued him for fact checking him, right? And they said, "Yo, you have no right to fact check me because I'm talking about climate change and I'm talking about papers I've read and things like that." And Facebook came out and says, "Well, we can have independent fact checkers because they're not really checking facts; they're checking opinions. Or they're basically supporting the opinions, and they're independent, so it doesn't really matter." And if you don't if you don't
Facebook's-
know by now, you're never gonna know. You're
Right.
never gonna know.
No, Facebook's a total farce, man.
Well,
Meta,
just
you
that.
mean?
Meta.
It's the whole woke with climate change. It's like the Democrats they can't even get cargo off fucking boats, and
Well, that's because all the regulations, right?
Yes, the
The
trucking
truckers.
regulations.
Regulating
Yes.
the truckers.
Yes.
Say you can't come into our state without a vaccine
It's
or
tons
this
and
or
tons
that.
of
Well,
stuff.
and-
It's just a
there's-
comedy of errors.
And there's regulations about the trucks themselves, right? Like
Yeah.
emissions or whatever. So here's what-
Emissions. Yeah,
So check this out.
you got to run
every
clean
time-
diesel or
yes,
whatever. yeah.
Every single time you pass legislation, the beast of capitalism morphs, and they make adjustments. Here's what's happening. So now there's a rise of companies that have invested in these trucks that can meet the California regulations. So the trucks go. Listen to this, guys. The trucks go and they pick up. They go to the harbor. They pick up the things, and then trucks meet them at the California border.
At Nevada.
They meet them at the California border and transfer them to normal trucks. And then those trucks go back and pick up
to the rest of America trucks.
right the rest of America trucks. So there's California trucks and rest of America trucks.
That's
And now
asinine.
and that's how they're working out the supply chain with that in mind. There's companies rising with just these trucks.
You,
They
you
don't
would
cause
think
cancer?
that at a certain point, they just would spend the money on getting conveyor
Or go to a different
push it out the
go to a different port.
state.
Go to Jacksonville.
Go to Texas.
Go to Texas. Go to
to
Miami
Corpus-
or something
go to
like that.
Corpus
Off
Christi.
there.
Well, we were talking to somebody just like 5 weeks ago.
they're not-
Andrea,
they're- yeah,
she,
they're not
she
as
said
big.
that the docks in Texas are just as bad. I haven't heard that.
Corpus Christi apparently is positioned to be a major mover with rail and everything.
Yeah, but they're not backed up, are they?
Well, I mean, I think a big part of it is they're just not going to.
Well, the thing is, what
It
you have
takes
to do is
5
you have
more
to,
days.
you have to
It
go
takes-
down to the Panama
yes.
Canal and then
Yeah.
back
It
up.
takes 5 days to get it around the Panama Canal.
Right.
And get
Well,
up
and if you
to-
think
yeah.
about it, the
But
vast
if you're going to be
majority of this
stuck
shit
there, if you're going
is
to be
coming from
anchored
Asia.
there for 30 days, you might as well go 5 days to Texas or Florida or whoever.
right? I just don't think
Well,
I don't think they're changing their
is it-
supply path
Is
because
it
most of this stuff's coming
the
from Asia.
fuel that they spend to get there? I don't know. I don't have a solution, but it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, and I want to throw stones, and I want to throw that the Democratic administration
We're just not versed enough in it.
not with what this is not with this.
I also heard
Have-
that the Houston docks, you have to go up a channel to get to them.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy.
No, they have to
In
dredge
Houston.
it constantly.
Yeah, it's not as easy in Houston as you think it would be. You have to like go way up up a channel to get to the docks.
Yep.
Well,
My father-in-law knows all about that.
The thing, Al,
Yeah, because he was worked for
Houston Ship
The
Channel.
oil.
a
right
company.
there.
Well, no, it was fuel, marine fuel.
there.
So they used to all the tugs and the this
Yeah, you
and
see
that.
all that bullshit they have to go through to get to the docks.
Yep. I do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, it's just.
but
there's a lot of
it is
frustrations on the
complicated
table.
though. I think there's more to it than, like you said, we're not well versed in it. I think it was a perfect storm of everything. It was COVID, right? Because production was damaged by COVID, right?
Yeah, well,
Supply backed up,
well,
then
he
you got
shut down the-
politics,
he
and you
shut
got
down the
regulations.
pipeline, and when they shut down the pipeline, it kind of stunted. Now, how are we going to get fuel from point A to point B? So now we are carrying this fuel by trucks.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it's not just the pipeline. He shut down drilling. He shut down exploration.
The
Right.
pipeline wasn't
he
even
shut
open
down
yet.
Anwar. He shut down.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
shut down
so it was
federal
not
lands.
open.
no.
He shut down the construction of
Key-
it.
Construction of it.
All right,
Keystone was
well,
not open.
Keystone never got opened, but they were talking about shutting down another working
Line
operational
5
pipeline.
or something like that.
But I
through
don't think they
Michigan.
did.
I don't think
the
they did.
Department of Energy came out, and she was kind of like, golfing at,
Yeah, I wish I had a magic wand and I could wave it and make gas prices. Yeah, you have a magic wand. It's whatever they did in the previous administration.
Yeah.
Do that. Whatever that was.
Stop stifling growth. Stop stifling
much.
things.
Stop being a dick.
Yeah. Don't be a dick.
it's hard.
Don't be a dick.
It's
Dick
hard not to throw
Dick
stones
hates
at
energy.
these guys when we are in the midst of all these issues, and you have people
one after
like
another.
Pelosi that are
We're
just,
not even a year into the Biden
Now, she
administration.
walked.
Yeah,
she
I know.
walked into
This is
her
like the
political
longest
career
year
with
ever.
$3 million in her bank.
Yeah.
She has over $200 million in her bank right
Oh,
now.
Pelosi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Well, keep in mind she's married to.
related. No, fuck that. She's directly related. Her money is directly related to all the stocks that she has inside information on.
Yep.
And to the point where you have these leagues of people that follow her trends.
Her trades. Yeah.
So
They mimic her trade.
Yeah, and they're successful.
Look, there aren't many members of Congress or the Senate that aren't filthy rich because of their insider knowledge.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
If you weren't rich
on either
going-
side of the aisle, but
Yeah.
Pelosi's
When
key
you
suspect
have an
number one.
opportunity.
Yes, She's
Yeah,
suspect number one.
If you weren't rich going into Congress, you were rich when you left.
You were, yes.
Well, I've got a friend who's in District 15. He might be booted in South Texas, McAllen.
Yeah.
And you saw the controversy about him.
Well, what was the controversy?
He had a $100,000 in a Chinese bank account.
All right. Well, was it 100?
$100,000.
Undisclosed amount. Well,
Nope,
it was-
$100,000. So basically,
was-
the Chinese were trying to curry
Yeah.
some sort of favor, put money in his account.
They did, and it was earning interest. It wasn't so much the money. It wasn't the money that was put in the account. What was the problem was the amount of interest that he was gaining with that money in that account.
I think
But
where
that
the money
wasn't-
where the money came from is shady. Especially when it's a Chinese
that's
bank
probably
account.
true too, but I don't want to. I don't want to focus on that. I want to talk about what is actually going on in Texas, where dudes like us live, and that is where the folks on the south border are fucking waking up.
Yeah.
And I think the Mexicans, the Mexican Americans that are down there, are realizing that 200,000
They've been
plus people
they've
a
been
fucking
sold out.
month coming up. Yeah, they've essentially been sold out, and you
Yeah.
know they're done. They're fucking tired of all this
Yeah, they've
Democratic
changed.
bullshit.
Well, they changed it. What, McAllen had the first Republican mayor since when?
1909.
That's
and,
insane.
and they have a Monica de la Cruz who is now the shoe-in to take over the 15th district, or which will be.
Is she GOP? She Democrat.
She's a Republican.
Yeah.
She's Republican. So in the current one has been shifted over to the 34th district, from what I understood, right?
So the border has always been staunchly Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
But that
Crazy?
doesn't. What's interesting about that is it doesn't mean liberal. Right? They're not liberals. They are, in my opinion, they would be probably
They-
considered moderate Democrats.
Look, the reason
Blue Dog Democrat.
Yes.
Classical
but
Democrat.
That's what I would think.
They get all these benefits and bonuses for being in where they're at down there.
Right.
You know, it's just these programs they got set up.
Yeah, they're bought.
But
yeah,
I agree with you. I think once the open borders thing happened and they saw how detrimental it was to their local communities and how they followed the rules. They followed the rules, and now people don't have to.
producer,
And that bothers people.
can you pull up the districts and
That's what
kind
he's
of
got
zoom
going.
in?
That's what he's got going on right here
Zoom in.
So
on
this
the,
is the redistricting?
yeah. Well, they
on
just
the valley.
they just districted it. They just redrew the lines.
And of course, the Democrats are like, "Oh, this is gerrymandering."
Yeah, no, they got
Gerrymandering.
sued. They got the attorney general, a guy I know in name only, right? Sued Texas because of the redistricting map. I
Right.
can't even say that. Yeah,
But yeah, this kind of stuff happens all the time.
Every
And-
state does
yeah.
this.
yeah,
and
but
they
Texas
get in-
got Texas was first in line to get sued by what's his name, the attorney general,
Merrick
Come
Garland.
on.
Merrick Garland. Yes, the
Oh,
thank God he's not
federal.
on the
The
All right,
federal.
hold on.
Yeah,
Where-
the
where's
federal
district-
government has sued them. Yes.
Where's District 34? Oh, there it is. So it is right next door to 15.
Yeah.
Down
So
south.
currently,
Yeah, but
currently
Will Hurd's not-
Gonzalez is in
Will Hurd's not there
15,
anymore.
and Avila is in 34. So he's been redistricted into
34.
absorbed into the 34. So that's interesting. So the fact
I mean,
that-
but you have to look at the gerrymandering that does go on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but it's because Texas legislature did it this way. I mean, we elected them; they drew the map. You look
Yeah,
at this one. that
these
goes
maps are
30
created by Democrats.
No, these are done by Republicans.
Well,
totally.
Just look-
these were done, but the originals from the early 1900s. I mean, this is all original shit. We are just now able to reinsert our authority right now.
I think
No,
this
they
kind-
redistrict every
Yeah.
several years.
Yeah, this,
Look at
this shit's been
district-
going on for a while.
Look at District 35 that goes up and down 35 in San Antonio to Austin.
Oh, that is crazy because
that's crazy. It's 3 miles wide, and it's a corridor of people that live along the highway, and that's it.
So they
Okay.
wanted all the populated areas.
Where
Yeah.
where is oh, so these are state. So this Chip Roy. Where is
These are counties, right?
Where's the one-eyed guy? He's in Houston, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
One-eyed guy, who's that?
One
no,
eye
no.
guy.
So
This-
One Eye Willie.
the Navy SEAL, the ex-Navy SEAL,
Oh, Crenshaw.
Crenshaw.
Yeah, Dan Crenshaw. Yeah, he's
He's in
in
Houston, right?
18. I think he's in 18 or somewhere in north.
Mistake. They always say that his has
He's
been
not like
so
in the Wetlands.
gerrymandering
It's very
because his kind of wraps around the city. I think
To where it covers just the
it's like
Republican
fair,
areas.
It's like yeah, like that. So,
Where
yeah.
is it?
It's a suburb type of a district. 18 over there. That yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if it's gonna get
Yeah, it
that.
looks like a
that
giant-
granular.
C or something
I
like
see
that.
it. I
yeah.
see it.
Yeah. So
I
you
don't
know,
know. They do that around cities. They grab this piece and then move out to that piece.
And
So
there's
when
no
are we
question.
going to get a grip on that?
There's no question that it's
I
political.
don't know that you can. I mean,
I mean,
they're
you just
drawn
need
by the
someone-
state legislature, which is their
you go to
you
California, they're
know,
doing the same thing.
They're doing the
Maryland
same
does
thing
the
on their
same
side.
thing.
Just
They
saying,
all do the same damn thing.
I know, but I mean, it comes a point where you're kind of like, all right, look, I mean, that is stupid. That is stupid.
Well,
Scroll
that's the
down
way it
for me.
works.
Is there a legend down below?
I think the idea behind it is you get a similar amount of people in a district. Okay, so
Right.
this
Okay.
district has 250,000. This district has 250,000. But how do you chop it up? You know, and so that's up to the state legislature.
Yeah, like
to do
Thornbury.
that.
Look at his huge area up there.
How are they chopping it? What dictates it?
It's by
It's
people.
population, yeah, like a similar amount. You represent the if Texas has 25 million people and you have 100 districts, so then
that's-
every
So you're like,
You know,
it's like in
That's
order
why
to get
they
it
want
equal,
the
you have to do
census
this.
to come in and start. That's why they want all these illegal aliens to come in, and that's why they want them all to be citizenized.
Or be
and-
able to vote.
Well, they want them to become citizens, and they want them to buy their homes so that we can populate the area and have them
Yes.
all Democrats in
and
theory.
they'll be
Well, I think
be
this
able to
hap-
vote
I
and
think
whatever,
this.
yeah.
I think this redistricting happens with every census, right? Every 10 years.
every 10 years.
Yeah.
I think so.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because we
It's
just had a
happening in every
census in
state.
2020, and this is the result.
I thought
of
it happened every year.
No, it's every 10
No.
years.
That didn't
Ain't
seem
nobody
like
got
it's
time for
enough.
that.
Well, it's population's booming.
That's my point.
It's exponentially.
Yeah, we picked up 2 seats.
I love that. California lost, didn't they?
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost. Texas picked up 2. California
Florida.
lost. I think New
Are you
York
kidding
lost.
me? That many people love California?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's just, hey, dude, that's just the start. I think they're leaving in droves, which is a good and bad thing.
Well,
Because
they're
where are
moving
they
here.
going?
Moving here.
They're
moving
taking that shit with them.
moving to Colorado. They're moving to Utah.
they're moving here,
A
and
lot
that's
of them are moving here.
You know what? I don't. Man, look, we
I know. I
They're
don't want
not
to hate
there
on.
are so many things
Yeah.
that are happening right now that are coming to light. We only have a few minutes left before the end of the first half, but we've got like some exposing going on. We've got the queer Cuomo brothers. I'm not saying they're gay, but I'm
They're
saying they're
homosexual.
well, I mean, he's fired from CNN,
Oh, yeah.
and he's
And his
wanting
producer,
oh, yeah. His senior producer.
the CNN producer.
hear
He's
about
got
this?
another
No,
sexual
no,
scandal going on.
His
Yes.
senior producer was
CNN senior producer.
got busted for
Grooming.
child assault.
Yeah, grooming.
no, grooming,
Grooming a
underage
wo-
girls and their
A
moms.
mom and a child.
Yes,
Yep.
to
No,
be-
I heard about it.
Yes,
It's not just one; it's multiples. So,
Yeah.
Wow, and then you have Don Lemon,
John Griffin.
Don
who is,
Lemon.
in the middle of a sexual
These
scandal.
people are evil, man.
So my point by bringing this up is well not just that, but I mean, by itself is one thing, but with the Cuomo, Chris Cuomo, he wants the rest of his money
Right.
with his contract. So
Unless he breached his contract.
well, right now he feels that I don't think there's an ethical. I don't know. Based on what I heard,
But
there's
there
not
is
an ethical
if
clause
there is an
within
ethical
his
clause,
contract.
then he has grounds.
So he's saying that he deserves his money. So I'm thinking there might be some major leaks going on. I mean, I would if I were Cuomo. I mean, he's a thug.
Yeah, look at the headline. Chris
He's a
Cuomo.
douchebag.
Chris
man.
Cuomo, CNN producer, charged with luring girls for sexual training.
It's fine. They call.
I mean,
they call
Sexual
him,
training. That's right
And
out
that's
of
on
the
CNN's
frickin'
own
Jeffrey
website.
Epstein web.
Guys, this is Epstein type of stuff. You have enough money and power, you can do anything you want.
Man, I see all kinds of man. What is the Maxine?
Ghislaine
Ghislaine.
Maxwell.
Man,
Ghislaine Maxwell.
her
Ghislaine.
photos are starting to populate with all these.
She's a monster.
Fantastic! All these famous people. They're starting to populate everywhere, and then she's at baseball games. The homeboy Judge Earl, what's his name?
John Roberts.
John Roberts.
John Roberts.
I mean, why aren't they talking about this?
I told you the
They're
rumor.
burying everything but her. They are going to bury her, and also
I haven't seen anything about her
and
trial.
in the same sentence,
Rightfully, they're not.
suppress anything that's related to anybody else. Okay,
Even Fox
wanna get
News
rid of
isn't gonna
her.
produce it.
they want to get rid of her just like they got rid of Epstein, one way or the other. But anybody that's linked to them, that name's not coming out. They've already suppressed all that. They've already what do you call it when you black mark something?
Redact.
Yes, they
Redacted.
redacted
Yeah,
it
I mean-
all. They redacted it all.
I
And
know.
Guess why?
Well, is
Just-
is it a decision that says we can't let this out because it will cause too much trouble?
Well, it absolutely, because it's going to undermine. There are so many people on both sides of the aisle.
That's what I mean.
Dude,
that
guys,
are
this is a ring of
whacking to the
evil.
oldies
This
on
is
these-
a total ring of evil.
And you wonder why
People
like
of
QAnon
power
has
on both
caught
sides,
on,
power
right?
and control and ring of evil, and this is hell on earth. Was what these people are tied in
Well,
with.
I mean, to them it's not though. To them it's not hell. To them it's their reality.
It's evil.
It's their to us in
Yeah,
our
it's-
interpretation. It's evil to them.
In their life, it's normal.
It
Right.
It's
is
just power and
their-
influence.
It is
Yeah.
what. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what it is, and it's what they get out of life. I mean, they show a picture of Woody Allen at a baseball game with a young Asian girl, like really fucking young. You know?
Not his daughter,
Wife,
adoptive
his daughter,
Yeah,
wife.
he-
daughter wife.
that he ended up marrying.
Hey, just look at Ilhan Omar.
He adopted a girl. He adopted a
married her
girl
brother.
and ended up marrying her.
Sun Yi. Oh, Sun
I guess
Yi.
I guess I should say raping her and then marrying her.
Yes.
I was never a fan of Woody Allen. Ever.
I liked him in one movie.
No.
I don't know. They're right there. I mean, that's
Could be his daughter.
Yeesh.
He was amazing in Terminator.
Could be his daughter or granddaughter.
Terminator.
Terminator.
Oh, wasn't it? Woody Allen was not in Terminator?
I don't believe so.
I don't
Oh.
think so either.
I think you're thinking of Predator.
Oh.
That's
Clever.
good.
See what you
See,
did
that's
there.
where I should have gone with it. That was better than mine.
Good.
Whatever happened to that show?
Predator, the movies.
To Catch a Predator.
Oh,
Yeah.
that NBC.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Clintons shut it down.
Because they were next. Because they were next. Yeah, I was never a big fan of the Woody Allen. I've seen one or two of his movies, and I was very unimpressed. For some reason, he's seen as this huge artistic director. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't
Wow,
get
there's
it.
a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of sexual stuff. The Prince, him getting off.
Prince Edward, right?
Yeah, Prince Edward.
He got
The
got
Fresh
off.
Prince.
Not the French Prince of Bel Air, but there's just. I mean, the it is amazing on how much they're not covering.
Yeah,
And
they get-
I
they-
don't
they get
understand
away with
why
it.
they're not.
Yeah.
Why
They
is
buried
the
it.
media
Who was
not
who
covering
was
this?
the director? Kind of like this guy, kind of like Woody Allen, who had to
Roman
escape.
Polanski.
Yes. Did you already talk about that? Did I
No,
miss that?
No.
There we go. He raped somebody, and he's been not in hiding, but
He's been in kind of exile. He's been over
He's been
in
exiled
France or
in
Europe.
Europe.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they
And
want
if
to
you
extradite
remember-
him, but they can't.
And
If
he
you
was
remember-
and he was a prominent director.
Oh, they
He
no,
still
they
is.
all applaud him at
He
the
still
Oscars
is.
or
They
whatever.
did.
Yeah.
Meryl
They
Streep
stood
got
up
up there.
and
Meryl Streep
applaud
got up
him.
and says he is a great man. Now he
Yes.
raped
I guess
someone.
that's like they're applauding Michael Jackson for staring into the abyss of these little boys' buttholes. I mean,
Wow.
how do you? I'm
That was
just
very
saying,
poetic.
Look,
that's what happened, though.
it's exactly what happened, and
I
it's just
know.
like it's wrong, and people are applauding this stuff, and it's wrong.
Well, it's just like you say the
Yeah, make it-
politicians live in their world. I think Hollywood's even worse. I think Hollywood
Hollywood's
lives in
awful.
this world of depravity that you hear about
the Weinstein's world of
the Weinstein, and not just that, but who's the Corey who was like he was abused as a kid.
Oh yeah. And
I
his,
think
and
there's
his
a whole
best friend killed
subset.
himself.
Yeah, I think there's a whole group of
Well,
men.
we scratched
do
the
that.
surface on some very sensitive issues.
Yeah, we
that-
went dark.
But this is what's going on, and you know what? And the media is hiding this.
They are.
They don't want us to know about it, and we want to know why. And dudes like us are concerned because you know why?
we need to start our
Because
own
we're dudes
media
like you.
company.
We're doing like you.
We love you. Hey,
All right,
first
we'll be
half's
back.
done.
First cap. We'll catch you on the other side.